From shark-infested beaches to serious tourist traps, here are 10 of the world's most dangerous locations.
Damn, nature, you scary.
And here's a shout out to Brian the Legendary for the nice comments. Always appreciated, Brian, so thanks a lot. Hope you like this episode, and thanks to everyone out there for all that great subscriber support. Cheers! Number 10. Poison Garden. Adjacent to Arnoch Castle in Northumberland, England, are located the formal Arnoch Gardens, the first of which was planted in 1750. A latter-day Duchess decided to spruce up the foliage with the addition of the Poison Garden in 2005. It contains warnings about certain plants that can cause certain death. While visitors cannot actually touch the plants or actively smell them, the toxic fumes released into the air have been known to make some visitors faint. Species found in the Poison Garden include hemlock, foxglove, and belladonna. Since part of the garden's purpose is drug education, cannabis, coca, and the opium poppy are also found there. Yosemite's Half Dome. Located in the National Park in California, it's a well-known rock formation named for its unusual shape. While it's a popular destination for hikers and climbers, it's also notable for a more gruesome reason. Around 60 people are known to have died attempting to ascend Half Dome and the trail that leads up it. Hiking involves climbing more than 5,000 feet, the final 400 feet of which is a nearly vertical ascent and requires the assistance of metal cables. Those cables, along with the rocks, can get slippery in wet conditions, and the deadly combination has led to the cliff's bottom part becoming known as the death slabs. There are stories of people slipping on those cables and falling some 600 feet to the doom. Caminito del Rey, translated roughly as the King's Little Pathway. This narrow walkway is found in the province of Malaga, Spain, and attracts countless hikers every year. It was built as a means to connect two hydroelectric power plants with a means to transport materials and maintain the channel. Measuring only about 3 feet wide, it runs along a sheer cliff more than 300 feet tall, which offers a dizzying view. Due to 5 deaths that occurred there between 1999 and 2000, it was given the title of World's Most Dangerous Walkway. The precarious walkway had fallen into disrepair, with only rusted metal rails remaining and support beams that had rusted through in places. And because of that, it was partially closed for more than a decade. But after 4 years of repair work, it reopened in 2015. Did you know its name comes from King Alfonso XII? In 1921, he crossed the walkway for the inauguration of a dam, and the name stuck. Death Road. If you're looking for an extreme cycling adventure, you might like to visit Bolivia's North Yungas Road. It's located at more than 15,000 feet up and has earned the name El Camino de la Muerte, or Death Road. Despite that, it remains a popular destination for thrill-seeking tourists. In fact, more than 25,000 mountain bike riders make the journey each year. The road is nearly all one lane and about the width of a single vehicle, or around 10 feet. With few guardrails and cliffs that can ascend some 2,000 feet, this is obviously not for the faint of heart. Did you know there's a 40-mile section of continuous downhill riding with only a brief section that goes uphill? That's great for mountain bike enthusiasts, but they must also contend with rain, fog, rockfalls, and muddy conditions depending upon the time of year. It's been called the world's most dangerous road, with some estimates claiming that up to 300 travelers are killed there annually. Skellig Michael. This island is found in County Kerry in Ireland. It was continuously occupied from the 6th to 8th centuries, during which time a Christian monastery was established. But by the late 12th century, the location was abandoned. The reasons the monks chose Skellig Michael was largely due to its remote and inaccessible terrain, which is what makes it so potentially dangerous. Landing at the island can be impossible due to rough waters, and the area is prone to falling rocks. Then there are the 600 ancient steps found going up the side of the mountain. Those stone stairs are over 1,000 years old and are rough and unevenly placed. You won't find any safety features here either, nor is there food, water, toilets, or shelter. Even though a couple of deaths have occurred at the location, the only true safety measures undertaken were signs and handouts that explain the dangers of slippery stairs, falling rocks, and a steep climb. While it was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1996, the stark ruins are likely best known today for appearing along with Luke Skywalker in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. The Kokoda Track, also known as the Kokoda Trail. It runs for 60 miles in a straight line between the north and south coasts of Papua New Guinea. It has proved to be a popular tourist destination thanks to the rainforests that contain exotic animals, clean water, and indigenous peoples who have lived there for generations. Making the trek along this single-file thoroughfare entails 6 10-hour days of climbing, walking, and swimming. The territory can be hot, treacherous, and infested with leeches. Some of the biggest threats involve dehydration, broken bones, and mosquitoes, which could carry malaria. 6 trekkers from Australia have died from natural causes while attempting the walk, and along the neighboring Black Cat Trail, there have been reports of groups of locals comprised of villagers and escaped convicts attacking hikers with machetes and spears. The Cliffs of Moher. Offering some breathtaking views of the Atlantic Ocean, this is one of Ireland's biggest tourist attractions, receiving around 1 million visitors each year. Maybe all those visitors enjoy living dangerously. Waist-high stone walls carry signs that warn people to stay off the walls, but there are no safety rails. The walking trail extending along the top of the cliffs can be subject to high winds and unpredictable rains. Those factors, along with steep sections of the path, gravel, and slippery stones, can pose an above-average safety risk. Visitors have been swept off the cliff tops by high winds, and some have purposefully used the 600-foot cliffs to jump to the deaths. Risk of rockfalls temporarily closed the unofficial cliff walk in 2016, and visitors were advised to avoid that seaside trail and stick to the official path. Shark Beach. The city of Recife is home to some of the most visited beaches in Brazil. It has perfect weather, beautiful views, and warm, clear waters, which are infested with lots of sharks. Since the 1990s, the waters have been the location of more than 50 attacks by tiger sharks, and reports of bull sharks in the vicinity have also been claimed. About a third of these attacks result in fatality. So what made the beach so attractive to the animals? Well, their appearance is tied to a port that was built there in the 1980s. Which was constructed on the sharks' breeding grounds. That upset the sharks' hunting and breeding patterns, pushing them closer to the Recife beaches. While visitors are more likely to heed warnings to stay out of the deadly waters, locals are adamant about swimming. Sharks are no. That has prompted experts to come up with solutions to the problem, which include capturing the sharks alive and releasing them in another area. The most terrifying tourist attraction. Now this one was located in Thailand, and we say was because it's no longer operational. Tourists were packed into a cage that was described as flimsy at best. The makeshift cage allowed the visitors to offer food to crocodiles, which were all too eager to swarm toward the treats. And you can imagine how much the massive reptiles enjoyed swarming toward that cage. The animals likely viewed the humans as treats as well. The tourists used canes to dangle bits of beef above the deadly predators, which would leap out of the water to snatch the food with powerful jaws. Did you know that Thailand has the world's largest crocodile farming industry? And this attraction was located at one such crocodile farm. The 2 ponds there have more than 4,000 crocs and gharials. While the tour operator says no fatalities ever occurred, government officials shut down operations after stories about it circulated and sparked an outcry on social media. And before getting to number 1, here is an honorable mention. We'll go with the Northern Australia city of Darwin. It's located for having some of the world's most dangerous beaches. If you're the daring sort, you can frolic in the water with venomous box jellyfish, deadly sharks, and killer saltwater crocodiles. Actually, we found one source stating that around 4 salties are caught in Darwin Harbour each week. And we didn't even mention the high levels of bacteria found in the water there. Crocodile Mantua. Now, does this look like any way to spend your holiday? Well, for some people, this destination is considered a lot more fun than dangerous. The Crocodile Mantua is located on the Tacoles River of Costa Rica, and it offers visitors the chance to see amazing wildlife, including shorebirds, monkeys, iguanas, and great big crocs, as you can see in the photo. That's actually a tour guide performing a few tricks with one of the many American crocodiles that inhabit the area. In this case, the guide decided to show off a bit by attempting to hand feed the big beast. Luckily, the croc didn't feed on the guy's hand instead, along with the rest of them. Maybe the big critter is used to him, or maybe the guy just has a death wish, dunno. But American crocs can measure close to 20 feet long and weigh around 2,000 pounds. Now, if you make the trip, don't expect to get up close and personal with the animals like that guide. Tourists will typically travel down the river in a boat that is specially constructed to protect them from the deadly predators.
Damn, nature, you scary.